with the level of accessibility and marketing and opportunistic media companies with these high schoolers, I almost feel like it's even more of an advantage to not be found early. Meaning that, like, if you're a Cedric Coward or a Jalen Williams, where you can just like play your AAU games without having to worry if the right mixtapes coming out after the game, or dumb people like me are trying to interview at events. Like, if you can just develop in silence and go through some adversity, I think that's a huge just like psychological advantage. You get a growth mindset, you get a chip on your shoulder. And I think it's no accident that like all the breakout players in the NBA right now, outside of the Anthony Edwards, the marquee talents, I don't think it's just like an accident. I think like it's a real psychological advantage to develop that way.
Yeah, because I also feel like once you get the marker on you, a 5-star, or, I'm the number one guy in my class or whatever, like to put it in golf terms, I'm in a golf mindset these days, but like when you're trying to hit a shot, you know what I mean? When you're thinking about all the other trouble around, you don't just hit the shot, you know what I mean? Like you're almost like guiding it out there. You almost kind of like chicken wing it, right? You're not going to hit the true pure shot. When you really don't think about the other parameters and you just think about the goal in the distance, the flag stick, and you just swing and you're pure and you're through and it feels like this is what I got to do, it just comes off right. And I feel like that happens with some of these guys who are off the beaten path, where they have a little bit of the freedom, because it's unfortunate what we do to these kids. You know what I mean? Like, we're doing this to 12-year-olds now. I feel like it moved in my lifetime. It has moved down like a year. It was like when I was a kid, it was like 17, 16, you know what I mean? Then it was like 15. Then it was like 14. Now it's like 12, you know what I mean? Like we get that DeBone kid, Muhammad DeBone, the 7-foot 12-year-old,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That was like, I was like, we moved down to 12 now. So it's so much pressure. And I think you're right. Like, when you don't have that on your back and you're not worried about the mistakes or like ruining the whole thing, you can be more free and you can put in the work, and then, the rest is history. So confidence also, my God, I mean, confidence matters. And, you go to these things and you get your confidence crushed, it can change your whole future. And I think some of these guys not having that happen to them, like Steph Curry, it's a big thing. You know what I mean? Stay off in your own world and then show up when you're ready to go.
I 100% agree. I spoke about it with Phil Beckner. He was saying like confidence is like a crisis right now in these young players because everything's
Yeah.
so artificial, and you get built up this way that it makes it really difficult to actually naturally gain that confidence because so much is, anointed. But we could go 2 hours on that.
Well, and you also
Um,
got like shoe companies involved who like
yeah,
they're moving up your value. So like, now I'm the number one guy, but am I really the number one guy? You got your own anxieties. Like, I mean, and these are kids, It's just crazy how much like almost the NBA brand model is now like at middle school. And I don't know why, I mean, I know why, but I mean, I don't get it. So, like you said, conversation for another day.
yeah, it's a big one to crack. But